Alright guys, welcome to our channel Code with Sunny, and in this video I will be talking about a series of problems called a stone game, and today we will be facing the problem number 7th of the series of problems called a stone game. Okay, and its index is 1690 and the problem is categorized as medium type problem of the lead code. If you can find a series of problems of stone game, you can find it over here. I think similar questions, stone game second, and so on. You can do these problems so that you can have a better idea what about these series of problems is going to signify. Okay, so talking about this problem, let's discuss it over that. Alice and Bob take turns playing a game, and the game is going to be started by the person Alice. Okay, there are n stones arranged in a row. On each player's turns, they can remove either the leftmost stone or the rightmost stone from the row. That is, if you have some stones like a0, a1, a2, and let's say a3, and it goes up to an. And if a certain player is going to start a game, then he or she can remove the stone from this position or from this position. There are only two possibilities to remove a particular stone from this given array of stones, right? And what about the further statements? Okay, on each player they can remove the leftmost or the rightmost stone and receive points exactly equal to the sum of the remaining stones in the row. That is, if a person is going to pick up this stone A0, then what is the score that he or she will get? The remaining sum of this one. That is the sum of the array starting from I plus 1 up to the j. Let's say this is the range I to j, then I plus 1 up to the index j. So this is the score that he or she will get if he or she will pick up this stone, and if he or she will pick up this stone, then the score that he or she will receive is the a0 up to a of n minus 1. Okay, so let's move further. The winner is the one with the highest score, that is the higher score when there are no stones left to remove. Okay, the Bob will found that he will always lose this game. That is, there is some strategy, I think. Okay, so he decided to minimize the score difference. Alice's goal is to maximize the difference in the score. That is, there were two persons, right? Alice and Bob. Alice wants to minimize, let's say this is the score of the game. The score of game is going to be denoted by S. Okay. Then Alice, what is the strategy of Alice? This is going to be very important for solving this problem. Alice's strategy is to increase S. S is the total score. And what is the strategy of Bob? To decrease S. And what is S? Score of the game is what? Score of the game, and I can write it as score of the game as S must be equal to Alice's score minus Bob's score. Okay, I will discuss it about what could be the idea that is going to be fetched with this statement. Now let's discuss the problem statement some little bit more. Given an array of integer stones, represent the value of ith stone from the left. Return the difference in Alice and Bob's score if they both play optimally. That is what both wants to follow his or her strategy, and what is the finally we are going to get the score. The score is what difference between the Alice and Bob's score, right? Okay, so let's discuss some examples also. I'm going to discuss it over there. Now let's look over the constraints. N is going to be like exactly equal to stone's length, and is going to vary up to at most 1000, and stones of I is also going to vary up to like 1000. Okay, so you can easily see that O of n square solution is going to work over here, right? Because it will take around 10 power 6 iteration, and it is good for this question. Okay, so let me give it a like over here because this is actually an interesting problem. We are going to learn a lot of things from here. Okay, so let's move further to understand this problem in a little bit deeper, and we will together build up the exact solution and the optimal solution for this problem. Let's move further. Okay, so let's talk about the problem in some bit detail. Now, one thing that is going to be noticed over here, what is the score of the game? Score of the game is the difference between the score. Let's denote here AS minus BS, Alice score and the Bob score. Okay, and what is the strategy of Alice? Strategy of Alice is going to be like increase the score, right? And what is the strategy of Bob? Strategy of Bob is to decrease the score. Okay. Now one thing that is being common over here, I am going to just deduce it out. Before that, let's notice over how it is coming. That if Alice wants to increase the score, score is a difference between AS and that is the value AS minus BS, Alice score minus Bob score. and if it is going to be increased according to the strategy of Alice, you can easily see it can be possible only when AS increases to a larger extent. Also BS can be decreases, but BS is not in the hand of the Alice. Okay, so I am going to focus over AS. That is scored difference can be increased if AS is increased according to the Alice. Now B, that is the Bob, also wants to minimize the score difference, and it can be achieved also when BS is going to be increased. Okay, now there is a common thing that you must have been observing over here, that both wants that their score must be increased, right? So here comes the common solution. Let's move further. Like what is that common solution? Suppose we have been given an array, okay, 5 1 3 4 2. Okay, so if a particular player, okay, I'm not talking about a specific Alice or Bob, I'm talking about in general. Okay, so if a particular player is going to make a move, what is the strategy of a particular player? As we have already said, that both wants to increase their score. Okay, AS and BS both. Okay, so if a particular player, either Alice or Bob, wants to make his or her move, then what is the strategy of the particular player to increase, that is either to increase their particular score, and let's denote it as S dash. S dash is the score of a particular player, or let's denote it as P. I think P is good. That is, a particular player wants to increase his or her score. Okay, now what is the score of this particular, that is if a particular player is going to choose a particular way to choose either this element or this element, then what is the score of a particular player? Okay, so let's focus over that. If a particular player is going to choose this element, that is 5, okay, so I can write it as P, that is the current state of the answer, can be written as, okay, let's focus over this thing. A player can choose from this position or, okay, or this position, right? So I need to take the maximum of two things, right? If every player wants to maximize his or her score, then only the difference, you can see the difference is going to be suited for every, suited for the respective players A and B, Alice and Bob. Okay, now we need to focus over that how I can maximize this player, a particular player score. Okay, so P can be written as, if a particular player chooses this one, then the remaining sum is this one. So I am going to write it as sum S of I plus 1 to j, and if this segment starts with I and ends with j, this I plus 1, that is this position up to this position end 1, sum of I plus 1 comma j, if a particular player chooses this position element, then then his or her score is this one. Okay, and this is the particular score of a player if a particular player chooses this one. Okay, now that if a particular player chooses this one, the remaining segment is now this one, so we need to operate on this. Okay, so if we need to operate on this segment, I need to write it as, this is the score of a particular player minus the that is, I need to focus on the difference. Okay, so I am going to write it as, now I am going to work on the segment I plus 1 to the j. That is, if a player has chosen a particular segment, or you can say a particular element, either from the leftmost or from the rightmost, then his or her score is this one, right? And I need to subtract it out, since we need to find out the difference for a particular score, right? AS minus BS, and new segment is this one. Okay, this is the particular player score and this is the opponent score, right? I need, so that I need to write out this statement. So this is for a particular element being chosen from this position, and similarly for this position I am going to write it as S of I to j minus 1. That is, if the element is going to chosen from the rightmost, the score of the the score of the player would be like S from I to j minus 1 sum minus the opponent score, and opponent score new segment to be worked upon is from starting from what, if this is chosen, I think I to j minus 1 again, right? So this is the player score, either it is being this one or it is being this one. So I need to take the maximum of these two things, right? Max. Okay, so that I am going to maximize these things. So this can be easily done with the help of dynamic programming, right? Either from top down or from the bottom up. So let's move further to find out the each and every approach of this dynamic programming solution. So let's move further. Okay, so let's talk about top-down approach. Okay, now you must be wondering that why DP solution is going to work. Yes, you must have to use the dynamic programming. Otherwise, you can't solve this problem because there are two possibilities. Either choose from the leftmost or choose from the rightmost. There are two possibilities. We need to cover up the entire possibility. So I'm now talking about top-down approach, right? Top-down approach to DP. So, okay, so initially we have the array from 0, 1, 2 and up to this n minus 1, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just find out the sum of this entire array from this 0 to n minus 1, because if you focus upon this one, like suppose we have some certain segment a0, a1, a2, a3, right? And if we have to choose either from this segment, and then let's say we are aware about that s is the sum of this segment from a0 up to a3, and if we are going to choose a0, I can easily write my score, that is I can easily find my score as s minus a0, or if I choose A3, I can easily find my score as S minus A3. Okay, so this is going to be benefited if we find out the sum S for the entire array initially. Okay, this is for sum from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, then I will call down a recursive function with memoization. Like, so I need to maintain a, since I am doing for the memoization, I need to maintain a maximum array size of this one, or 2D matrix I write. So 1001. This, okay, initially initialized with -1 value. Okay, so whenever on the recursive call, if I found that for a particular DP of ij as to be not equal to -1, because if we there are possibilities that we can reach a particular state more than once. Like this is a dynamic programming solution, a dynamic programming method to solve this problem. Then there are must be optimal substructure property and overlapping subproblem. So whenever we will find that dp of ij is not equal to -1, we have already reached this state, and we are aware about the answer of this state. Okay, so I will return the dp of ij value. Okay, so talking about this one, you can easily understand this in a more detail if you look over the code. Okay, so I think I should have to show you that code. Okay, right. So let's look over that. So it is nothing but a very easy solution. Like DP of 1001 and 10 matrix globally defined, and I have initially initialized with matrix values with -1, and sum is going to find out the sum of the entire array. Now recurs from 0 to n minus 1. Initially I have this array. Okay, and need to follow the top down approach, like, and this is the base case. If L is exactly equal to R, the score of the player, if a player is going to choose any of the element, the remaining elements are like no elements present over here, then score is becomes 0. Otherwise, if we have already reached that state and this state is like overlapped, then dp of lr is not equal to -1. Then I will return dp of lr, because we have already reached this state and we know this, we know the maximum answer for this state, right? And otherwise we have some segment from starting from L to R, and I will take my answer 1, and which is going to be like, if I will choose the stones of L, that is the leftmost stone of the current segment, then what is my score for the current segment if I will choose the leftmost stone, and the current score will be sum minus stones of L. Okay, this is my current answer for a current segment if I will choose the leftmost stone. And what is my opponent score? Opponent score is like for the incoming segment starts with L plus 1 to R, because I have choose the leftmost stone, and I need to take the difference note over that, since I need to find out the score difference also, and if a particular player choose this one, the opponent score is also this one, I need to take the difference. And takes if a particular player takes the stones of R, that is the rightmost element of the current segment, this is my answer 2, and I need to take the maximum of these two, answer 1 and answer 2, because a player can choose from any of the state, answer 1 or the answer 2. Okay, and return this one dp assigned with dp of lr for the memoization technique, and this will pass all the test cases in a particular time. Okay, so this was for the like top down approach. So let me discuss a bottom up approach also, but this is quite a bit tricky but interesting one. I will explain it out. Okay, so this is for a bottom up approach. Okay, so let's discuss what is this get function doing over here. Get function is going to do, if we have been given some L to R, it is going to denote the sum of the values in the range L to R, right? Okay, and this in the actual function, what I have done is I have calculated the prefix sums of the array values of this stones. You can see over here. And the reason behind this is we can find the prefix sum so that that is we can get the sum in a segment easily, right? And I've initialized the DP of n into n matrix, and I've set the values, all the positions with values as 0. Okay, now this is going to be like playing an important role, and this needs to be understood very much carefully, right? Now suppose we have some segment starting from L to R, like this one. Let me denote it over. Let me take some values. It should be like pretty much easier. Like suppose we have been given this 2, 3, 4, 5, and I need to find out what is the score if both players play optimally starting with this array, right? So what is the next move that you must have to wondering, like if a player is going to choose this one, I need to know the answer for this segment, right? And if a player is going to choose this one, I need to know the answer of this segment. Like every player wants to increase his or her score. The game is going to be like independent. So if a player is going to choose this one, the next segment is this one. And if a player is going to choose this one, the next segment is this one, right? So for answering this L to R segment, that is this segment from L to R, what is the condition, what is the array range what is the answer that I need to know as a prerequisite. Okay, so if you're not understanding this, let us focus in a little bit deeper. Like if I need to pick up this element, the answer for this segment must be known, right? And if I need to pick up this element, the answer for this segment must be known. Okay, so this gives me the idea that if I am working on the length equal to, let's say now the current length is 4, then I need to know the answers for all the lengths less than, for all the length less than len, and this is actually len, yes. So if I need to work for the length equal to 4, and suppose you have chosen this element and now the length becomes 3, so you need to know the answers for length equal to 3, right? And similarly, if you are, let's say you are working on the length equal to 7, then 7 for the length equal to 7, you need to know the answers for length equal to 6, and for 6 you need to know the answers for the length equal to 5. So this gives me the idea that for every segment starting from length equal to 1 up to length equal to n, you need to know the answer for a, like as a prerequisite. Okay, so for knowing the answer for length equal to I, you need to know the answer for the length equal to I minus 1. So this is going to be like very much important. So starting with length equal to 2, I'm not talking about length equal to 1 because it is a single element. Answer for that single element is 0, because if a person, if a player is going to choose that element, the remaining element is not present, so answer for that one is 0. Okay, so talking about length equal to 2, and my segment starts from I equal to 0 and it goes up to j equals I plus len minus 1 for a particular length. So I am working currently now on a segment ij, and if stones of I is chosen, then what is my answer 1? Answer 1 is the current sum from I plus 1 to the j minus the the next opponent value for a new segment. A new segment is actually length one lesser than the current segment, and it is basically dp of I plus 1 up to j. And similarly for the answer 2, and I can get the answer for current state as maximum of answer 1 and answer 2, right? And return the answer for 0 to n minus 1, that is segment starting with 0 up to n minus 1. This is actually a common method like matrix chain multiplication. If you are aware about that, this is actually a similar pattern following to that matrix chain multiplication. So if you have any doubts, do let me know in the comment section of the video, and I will ask the viewers to like this video, share this video, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest updates. Thank you for watching this video.